this is my channel. I got into painting as sort of a cathartic method for, I think, the main part of it being my battle with self-harm and depression, but also low self-esteem in general, which kind of leads into the other two. So I recently decided that one of the things that I really thought I really liked, which was chemistry, wasn't for me anymore. It got really apparent when I finished my second semester of freshman year of college and realized that I had pretty much no interest in continuing to do this. So I'm in the process of changing my major to visual arts with a concentration in graphic design, because digitizing my art is one of the main things that I feel like would better myself and better prepare me for the long term, while also retaining a lot of the leeway and freedom to make all the art in whatever medium I feel comfortable making it in. So this is my entrance into that stage of my life, and I think this channel will really help me explore a lot of that. So this is my declaration of intent for this channel. Number 1, always keep my mental health above anything else on this channel. If I need to take a break, or if I'm being too stressed out for anything, I'm either going to go ghost from the channel, pour it all into the next art project, or not do anything at all. So more than likely you'll know if something's up with me. I definitely want that to be the main thing that people are aware of, just how I'm feeling. So that's number 1. Number 2, as I stated before, explore the mediums that I'm comfortable with and some of the ones that I'm not. Digital art is something that I'm not really too familiar with, and things like Photoshop and stuff like that I've never really used. But I think that's where my career path is going to have to go in order for me to retain a large amount of success and create a living for myself that I deem sufficient and one that I can die happy with. And I know a lot of people kind of prejudged me because they're like, oh, you're giving up because chemistry was too hard. No, because I finished it. I passed it. Nobody can tell me I can't do that. If I wanted to, I would continue, but I don't. So why waste my time? This is the time of my life when I can actually decide what I want to do with it. And not to be cliche and bring up a bunch of weird quotes, but in the words of Gustav Elijah Ayer, rest in peace, my life might be going nowhere, but I want everyone to know that I don't care. So regardless of what people think about me changing my major, or this decision that I'm making, or regardless of what people's arbitrary assumptions are about me, I'm really not going to care. You can hate on my art, you can tell me it looks like a 4-year-old did it. I've actually been told that before, but that's the thing. You can tell me that, but not even coming from a standpoint of you can't do any better. You're too afraid to even attempt to. Therefore, I'm going to walk out my dreams and my purpose and live the way that I believe that I'm supposed to. So from here, I would just kind of give some more background on some of the things that inspired me. So the time of filming this, it's sometime in the wee hours in the morning of June 18th. And for those who don't know, that is the death date of Jose Dwayne Ricardo Onfoy, aka XXXTentacion, who was one of my biggest inspirations for art and just letting your emotions not take you over, but letting your emotions come to the forefront in a society where manhood is prided on being stone-faced. Just being vulnerable and allowing your emotions to come through in whatever way that you can express them, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. At least you can get that clarity of getting it off your chest. So that was one of my bigger inspirations. He also helped me become more comfortable with my hair and not letting it be stereotyped or stigmatized, and it just being a part of me instead of being a determining factor on whether or not a cop shoots me. But that's a whole different story. So next inspiration would have to be Jaden Smith, just because of his eccentric nature, his very cinematic approach to his music videos, and just all the things that he does. I take a lot of inspiration from him because he's so young yet he's doing so much, and that's kind of where I want to be at. My main goal is to be a multi-hyphenate by the time I'm 30, and what I mean by that is I want to be in so many different fields and so many different aspects, or have so many different aspects to my life, that by the time I'm 30, you can't put me in one box because there's too many other things that I'm known for, or known as, or known under, or known by. So that's one of my main goals. And another person who inspired me to get to that point is Childish Gambino, or Donald Glover, just because of all the things he's accomplished and done by the time that he's like 33, and he's still doing so many other things. So that's another person that I really look up to a lot. And just both of them are very, not so much Jaden, but Donald is definitely goofy. X was goofy. And my next inspiration, Lil Peep, Gustave Elijah Air, I referenced him earlier. He was pretty goofy too, and I like he was very emotionally vulnerable too, but he came at it more so from less so from an aspect of rage, and more so from an aspect of just deep sorrow and sadness, and the genuine feeling that no one would really understand him. And I definitely relate to that, because a lot of people that I'm surrounded with and grew up with don't understand that, like, the world is changing, the internet is becoming something so much bigger than we can all really fathom, and tapping into that while you have the opportunity is one of the greatest things that we as the youth can do, because YouTube is limitless, the internet is limitless. You can find something else. If YouTube shuts you down, you can go somewhere else. Twitch, all these other streaming platforms that are coming out, Zeus, Verve, all these other things that are just popping up and becoming these new services that you can either pay your way into or just watch from a distance without having to pay for the subscription fees. So that's kind of where I'm at. I want to get into this because I sense that this is something that I can do, not only to facilitate my art getting better and get better critiques, but also provide some support for me, provide myself with a support system and build a fan base, and then somehow transform that fan base into a customer base, because the art that I make, I fully intend to sell. And not necessarily all of it, because there are some pieces that are just way too special to me that I'll never get rid of. But just some of them, commission or not, if I make it and somebody wants to buy it, yes, I'm at that point as, you know, the stereotypical broke college student that I'm gonna start selling things. But I think that it shouldn't come as a surprise, because art is something that's subjective. But if you find somebody else that agrees with the way you perceive, then, in the words of, I don't know exactly if it was Logic or the sample that he used on the song, but the song, The Incredible True Story, last song on that album, amazing album by the way, he says, you'll find that someone is interested in anything, so do whatever you want to do and forget the money. And that's where I'm at, because I know it's very idealistic to say forget the money, but if you spend your entire life, and this is referencing the song as well, if you spend your entire life doing things you don't like doing, you're just gonna prolong your life to end up doing those things you don't like doing for even longer. So focus on having a life full of things you like doing, and if it leads to the life that you wanted to live being cut short because of monetary concerns or something else, or injury or something like that, then so be it. But your path to where you want to get to is never linear. There might be any number of stumbling blocks in the way. So I say all that to say, this is my channel. I'm creating what I want to create. I'm putting out what I want to put out. And I'm gold now. I'm spreading my wings and declaring my difference. I'm separating myself from a lot of the negativity assumptions and the judgments and the doubt from other people that are just unwilling to see that I'm not the same sciencey kid that I was. Not to say that I don't like science anymore. It's just, it's not my life. It's not my life. It doesn't have to be my life anymore. And now that I'm aware of that, I'm kind of shaky in myself of like, is this the right decision? But every time I paint, it seems like something else takes over. And not to say that in like a really weird, like I'm possessed way, but like my brain switches off and I just go back to instincts, and I don't have to think. I don't have to worry about anything for 3 hours. And I think that goes back to the beginning of this, of why I started in the first place, of me not wanting to be, in loose terms, me not wanting to be on Earth. Not necessarily that I wanted to die, but that I didn't want to be on Earth physically. And there are so many different things that I did. So many different things that I did: painting, drawing, writing, especially the writing. I tweeted about this a little bit ago, but I definitely